Our forwards development coach Simon Eastaugh plays an incredibly important role within our footy club. He has the role of nurturing our younger players into potential AFL superstars. If you ask Eastie, he's taught Coxie and Nick Nat all they know.
That's great, fantastic. Oh, Scotty, let's get the gateway hit up.
Well, there's a bit of talent to work with at West Coast. You know, it's a great challenge I've found is that you're working with a player who now is a six-time All-Australian in Dean Cox, who you could argue has done it all, seen it all, and couldn't achieve much higher. But he's changed his game, and I'd like to think that my coaching to challenge him to think a little bit differently has helped him to think differently about the way he plays.
I reckon with the other hand, if you can, bring it in a bit later so I can't grab it, so it's more whack rather than in and I can lock you. Yeah, that's right.
And then also with Nick, bringing in obviously his natural abilities that he's got to play the game instinctively, and the challenge of building into his game the sort of consistencies that are needed at AFL level. All Australians are a great achievement for both those guys, but it's very much on the back of them really committing to working well in tandem. And that was always a challenge with Coxie being the #1 ruckman at the club and in the competition for such a long time, to then incorporate a dynamic player like Nick into the fold and have them work closely together. They're working better now than they ever have, and you know, it's obviously Nick had a bit of an interrupted start to the season, but we saw, you know, some of the recent games in particular, the boys are really dominating their position, and it's important that they maintain that mentality to be better or ahead of that curve, keeping the opposition guessing and reactive to what they're doing.
Go hard!
That's one element with the ruck. The other element is forwards development coach. So again, you know, the players that have been going through our forward line, the opportunity to work with everyone right from the top with Josh Kearney and Mark Lacroix, Jack Darling, and then we've got players such as Fraser McInnes, Simon Tunbridge, Scott Lysett coming through the ranks, add in there Callum Sinclair this year as well. Murray Newman, we've had a lot of young players going through our forwards development group as well, so it's been diverse. West Coast is a really professional environment, and the club in general enables you to be the best you can possibly be. There's no restrictions in terms of resources or talent to work with, and with the talent that we've got coming through the ranks, it's you'd be crazy to be looking at seeing yourself elsewhere. It's a decision that I'm really happy I made, and I really enjoy working with the coaches and the players and all the staff. And